Welcome back to NASCAR 2012 Reimagined. This is the third race of the season at Las Vegas. Quick look down qualifying, see who made the field. Back up we go. It's going to be one hell of a day at Las Vegas. As we get rolling, the drivers who were not able to qualify for the race are the 7 of Robby Gordon, the 49 of JJ Yeley, and the 87 of Joe Nemechek. They will not be joining us, but we will be going racing as the pace car is off. Martin Truex Jr. pulling the field as Michael Waltrip racing on the front row takes the green flag. Here we go. Great start. As the inside lane is getting a lift off here to get going. Truex and Kyle Busch getting down there, going for the front. Not plenty of racing to do here. Truex kind of trying a little bit of the higher lane. You can try to roll the higher lane to see if it works. That's what Biffle's got himself doing. He's looking to take third place. Clear that 31 there. So you're not exactly screwed going down to the low side. You can see it here for yourself on the spectator camera. Action going into one. See Boyer and Johnson just able to run it so much faster than Paul Menard. Stuck down there. Jeff Gordon's there as well. Managing the traffic on all fronts here. There's a bit of a gap in the field there. Something going on. Why is there a gap back? Trevor Bayne Montoya. Something happened early on. Keeping an eye out on replay right here. Oh, a 33. Hang on. Number 33 just had a big slide down to the apron. That is Brendan Gaughan driving the 33 this week. And that big slide is going to kind of hold up this back of the field here. Mark Martin stuck between the BK cars. You see that happen. I think the 10 of David Rudman got into the wall a little bit back there. That's Greg Biffle nearing the front. Truex challenging on the high side. He's just not able to get as good of a 3 and 4. You can have a solid 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is where it could be a little bit tricky to drive. Like, just see how Jeff Burton lost a spot. Truex there. Kyle Busch is leading this race early on. He's got himself peaked out there. The 18 looking to jumpstart his season. Just first need to be inside the top 20 in points to even think about making the playoffs. Or a chase, as what it's called. A 12-man chase for the Cup. That is only the best of the best here. So you got to be on your A game from start to end. Being inside top 10 in points is pretty good here. It's Denny Hamlin looking to get another top 10 here after his good run at Phoenix. Greg Biffle is challenging up front, but Kyle Busch just see him get that run off the corner up there. That is just so important when you're racing there. Casey Kane has made a march up. This, not sure, a 5 team. They just got a driver fresh out of the now defunct Red Bull Racing. They're pretty solid with a top 5 finish and a pretty decent run under their belt. They're looking for more, and Casey Kane so far has been impressing early on. Paul Menard has been fighting with that 5 for a while now. I think you might have to give up the spot. Marcos Ambrose might be getting impatient with Menard here. Zip back up front. Greg Biffle has been pushing a group around Kyle Busch. Boyer and Truex are both here. I say Truex is looking for that early win because never too late to be thinking about the All-Star race. Oh, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch in the wall. Newman in it as well. Oh, big hit. Scott Riggs. Timmy Hill. And Dave Blaney over and over. He's going to land on all fours. Big time caution out. It's just... a minor mistake by Jimmy Johnson turns into a terrible wreck. Johnson just drifted up the corner a little too much. That's where Kyle Busch was. 48 wasn't clear, and that's what happens. Newman gets a piece of it as well. These harder hits coming into the back are what really come off. See so many drivers trying to get low, get low, get low. It's Scott Riggs. And nowhere for, a few others to go. Timmy Hill. They barely got that 37 in the show, and he's destroyed. The 36 tumbling down the back. Just those hard impacts. I mean, that's a huge hit for Johnson. Kyle Busch has a lot of damage. And it really sucks for Scott Riggs and Timmy Hill. I said before, they've got 37 in the show, but this is Scott Riggs' first start of the year. And it's going to end like that. Ryan Newman's at least able to keep it up out of the way as see all the drivers flocking for cover to get by. That is a tough situation to be sure. Newman, Riggs, Hill, Blaney out of the race. See, Jimmy Johnson's probably going to retire it. Kyle Busch is going to try and get back out there, salvage the day. Yep, that's the 48 out of the race. He'll have to check into the infield care center. That was pretty freak accident, all things considered there. Ooh. All right. 37 cars on track, all in the lead lap. What's weird is you got some pretty big names back here. Dale Jr. in the back. He's still looking for a good day. Brad Keselowski's doing fine. He's in the back for the restart. Kevin Harvick may have had to make a second stop. He's back there as well. Up front, it's Biffle, Burton, Gordon. Back to the green. I'm wondering, are they going to be a little bit more careful around here, or is it just going to be hell to the floor until you either see God or the checkered flag? That's kind of what some of these drivers are thinking. What's going on behind David Reagan? A lot of separation in the back here. What's going on? Michael McDowell kind of got a slow start. A lot of other drivers back here, they're not that fast. The front few are still flying, though. As 31 thought about it, but didn't quite take the gap there he wanted. Gordon looking for the lead. Biffle up a little bit. Truex want to make it 3 wide. Martin Truex Jr. is going to try and force the issue. Doesn't have enough of a run. Has to back out as Gordon continues his fight for the lead. Casey Kane slowly ascending through the mix. Never know who's going to be near doing good at the end. Martin Truex Jr. is trying to take the lead, but Marcos Ambrose, kind of a underrated talent here going into 2012 and coming into this race second in points, has been really solid, just generally speaking. Greg Biffle has also been very solid as of late, as he is searching for the dub here. Here comes Joey Logano up to 4th. The 20 making a splash. Just checking out what is the going on. I think Logano tried to peek under Truex, but there's just nowhere for Logano to go as they're all getting back in line. I want to see what's happening at the back of this kind of little quote-unquote lead group here. Even then, there's still some decent back markers fighting for some top 20 spots. Michael McDowell, Paul Menard, both the BK cars, and Casey Mears are all still having a pretty healthy race, all things considered. Back to the front, Truex season taking a look for second, as Biffle's now cleared his way to the lead. As there are still plenty of laps in this thing, it could go, not sure any which way, but it can certainly go a way. As Bobby Labonte returns to the track 2 laps down, that might have been the commotion on the restart, because Bobby Labonte was all out of shape there. All right. Back up front, there's no super slow cars. Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon, they're rolling down. Seems like that suspension didn't really phase Logano, despite the fact that he didn't get to compete in the 500. And they all know how the 20 car still DNQ'd. That was a shit show, but it's gotten better for Logano now, as he's taking this race and he's looking for to hold third. Ambrose and Kane both behind there. They're searching around. There's Boyer, Jeff Burton, plenty of drivers here, even outside top 10. AJ Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, Jamie McMurray, it's crazy. And they're 3 wide. 31 taking the long way around. Those Roush teammates are very close to each other. They gotta watch out. Don't want to get stuck and end up crashing out. That'd be a damn shame. Even then, you got some pretty underrated drivers coming in with top 20 finishes. Kurt Busch in his Phoenix 51, Regan Smith, Montoya in the 42, Brennan Gaughan 33. He had that issue slide earlier and still up here. And David Reagan just chilling for front row. You see Truex and Biffle now kind of being the 1-2 to pull away here. Ambrose in 5th. Oh, unscheduled stop. Maybe for Travis Quapple here. Not sure what the 93 is all about, but he is certainly in his stall. Teammate Landon Castle now fighting inside top 25. He's got company in the form of Keselowski and Mark Martin. Not sure if that means green flag pit stops. It definitely looks like it's unscheduled for the 93. As Truex looks for the lead. Does not look like he'll be able to get it there. You see, every spot that Kyle Busch gangs on track, that's important for him when you have these cars that kind of run into issues here. 93 is still on pit road. This is not normal. As the front few are just kind of single file deep later in this run. Stewart, Burton, side by side. Regan Smith trying to take a spot from Kurt Busch. Yeah, Tony's able to get the run off the corner and able to hold the position. Pretty solid job. McMurray making a random top 10 appearance. It's been up and down for the one team. I say right now it's more of an up than a down, but let's see how he's able to hold it here. Kyle Busch is going a lap down. He's kind of got to get out of the way a little bit at least. The best he can. It's still tough being a lap car. Right? They don't really give a shit. That's just how it is around here. As Biffle continues his jaunt, David Stremme would be the next car to go a lap down. He's just ass. Not like Kyle Busch where he has damage. David Stremme is just hot ass. Joey Logano is honestly kind of fighting. Like he's got 10 years more of experience than he actually does. That kind of crispy orange Home Depot. You love to see it. Just one of the paint schemes of all time. Biffle's in the Roush 16. He's got that lead. He's been holding. He's won the lead laps. Roush has been leading so many laps this season. It is like kind of like a new renaissance for the team. It's not like they made any particularly new hires. They're trading Stenhouse, but he's not full-time for the team, as Logano kind of lost some speed on that straightaway in a couple positions. Bit of an incident there. Nothing too major. He's still fighting Ambrose for that spot. Those two are going at it. Edwards is taking a look. See how far Kyle Busch has gone back. He's just falling back, man. 93, yeah, he's got some unspoken issue because he's so far back. Racing's still happening in the mid-teens. Look at Kurt Busch balling out despite all he's got. Like, that takes some real dedication right there. Brendan Gaughan doing himself a job and a half. I see everybody here is trying to get themselves and to get around Kyle Busch. They're trying to run just a little bit more laps because remember the first caution. Now they're just trying to make it to see if they could get all the way down to a one-stop race here. Man, Tony Stewart is definitely losing so many spots there. Montoya as well. Reagan slides up. And a little wiggle from Kyle Busch. Might have been contact from the 34. That's about it. Casey Mears, Eric Almirola, Brad Keselowski. Drivers wanting to pass in and get down to where they need to be. Montoya still just having an unlucky stint with this 18. They're just not able to get down to where they need to be. And everyone seems to be using up Kyle Busch on the low side, both before and after the incident here. Here comes David Gill and Mark Martin. Kevin Harvick's only managed to move up to 27th place right here. See Greg Biffle and company on pit road. As the beginning of green flag pit stops. Now we got to see how these front leaders kind of sort themselves out, because there are quite a bit of them in a line here. How many of them pull down? Just Boyer. What the plan is for these lead lap cars is to try to stay out longer, to try to trick out those drivers who came down pit road first, try to trap them. Because it's fair game. Like, that's the consequence of pitting early. That's how it do be. Doobie doobie doo doo. That's a big chunk. They're all coming down this time. Hello. Everybody's in. Yeah, they're all coming in. Think that's everybody. Tony Stewart might have been the last one to come down. Stremmy's got lapped by Biffle on the strategy there. You see the 30 behind Greg Biffle. He obviously did his time and came out. Kurt Busch with a good pit stop. Others coming out, seeing what they're rolling with. Let's take a look at Martin Truex Jr. See how Truex fares compared to Biffle here. Yeah, I think it's Jeff Gordon actually rolling out right now. See Greg Biffle, Gordon. This is that 16 is just going to fly right on by. Big time from these guys. Man, Tony Stewart had a poor stop. He's really just kind of got himself messed up there. Must have been a miscommunication on his pit. Some drivers just don't get good pit stops. As Tony Stewart going a lap down in the race. This puts the last driver on the lead lap to be the 83 of Landon Castle. And that his teammate he is still on pit road, hasn't called it quits. He's currently 18 laps down, while BK Racing tries to keep their other car on the lead lap by any means possible. Truex and Boyer both getting around Stremme there. Got to keep that 30 a lap down. Ambrose round out top 5, and Edwards, Logano, Hamlin, Kurt Busch with a superb pit stop, and McMurray rounding out the top 10. Pit crews win races here sometimes, and that's what you really feel. They can also lose your races when they drop the ball pretty heavily here. Look at this. Front row with a double top 20, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to pull himself ahead of those front row cars as well. Even then, Josh Wise is still running top 25. AJ Allmendinger, another example of a driver whose pit crew failed him. He's outside top 25, looking to pass some of these slower cars to get back to where he was. Harvick had a bad stop, it seems. David Ruderman, didn't talk about him all day. He's just kind of sitting there after a close miss on that initial wreck. Yeah, it seems like the top 4 have all caught each other. Biffle's just running strong. Stewart's able to run with him. There, another lap car. That's Landon Castle. There's Jeff Gordon down on the low side. Yeah, now you just see the 83 out there. That's what Biffle wants to see, that 83 as a roadblock because the others fight behind him. That just lets the 16 run free. And so far, it's working pretty solidly for Greg Biffle. He's just able to keep his lead out now. Martin Truex Jr. able to get that run off the corner and pull up next to Landon. Trevor Bayne, the next lap car there. There's some drivers inside the top, just outside the top 30. So that's Tony Stewart could get the position. Here, Ambrose joined top 5 fight, but Tony Stewart's looking for the position on Castle. Truex is probably one of the only few who could actually get the fight to Biffle. That might actually kind of spark some sort of second wind from the battle for the lead here. See, here it comes. Biffle, Truex, side by side. The 16's trying to hold. I think he's got the line around he wants. He's going to get it. Here comes Clint Boyer steaming right in. $15 looking for a good day. Jeff Gordon's been in this mix as well. He's up here looking for some fun. Ambrose kind of behind those couple of lap cars. It does suck for him, but it is what it is. Clint Boyer still holding second as laps are still 20. Kurt Busch is kind of stranded for 10th. There's some. Brad Keselowski made a decent comeback. Dale Jr. still there in 20th. I see a lot of single file. Nobody's really wanting to battle or brawl here. I say that as, Rudiman slides up a little bit, gets into Trevor Bayne. All 3 of these drivers fighting. Not go a lap down. Kyle Busch going second lap down. McDowell, Rudiman, and Trevor Bayne all lined up together. As Boyer looking to pass Biffle. They're running into 3 lap cars all at once. Just kind of bobbing and weaving down the straights, trying to get as much as they can, where they can. There goes Biffle. They can try to throw some lappers behind him. McDowell still able to at least keep that there. McDowell able to keep the nose where it is. Well, 98 slides up the track to 16. That's where he wants to just get underneath. I think the 10 may have gotten to the wall a bit again, so he slides back. Now McDowell up top. He's going to have to just kind of stay out of the way here. Truex going high. That's kind of a, well, not too high at least. He's able to, oh! 98 got into the wall. That is McDowell and Truex, and what's going on with Truex? Is able to get his head back in the game after that contact. I don't know. Definitely a miscommunication or misplay or something there. Bobby Labonte, who's like already 2 laps down, going a 3rd lap down, and Kevin Harvick, who just has not found speed at all. This 29 has been hit or miss this season, as Biffle is looking to gun him down out of a lead lap. That is a lot to deal with. Oh, God, both the lappers, 21 and 47 in the outside wall there. Something's going on here whenever they're trying to get him a lap down off of 4. That is a lot of shit happening with these guys, and they're not really liking it. Harvick, Biffle, side by side. I think the 47 tagged the wall again. Usually don't see this much wall tagging going on here, but something must be with the late race thing going on, that something weird's happening. Josh Wise now is the last car in the lead lap. Caution's out. Late race caution. This will be a very funky restart. Oh, man. Caution is out, and it's for Bobby Labonte. Whew. I think Bobby was aiming for pit road there, just didn't realize he had a car underneath him. Oh, gets hit. McDowell, Ruderman, Castle all involved. Bobby Labonte flipping in the dirt. God, it feels real bad for Bobby though. He just hit that wall and then just straight into the driver's side as well. Oh, God. Big wreck there. 98 of McDowell driving towards his box. What happened to Biffle? Oh my God. Are you fucking stupid, Greg Biffle? Kurt Busch pitched from 11th, and we got Stremmey was a lap down. Fucking Greg Biffle pits from the lead. No one else is coming. Nobody's there. You just handed the race to Clint Boyer on a silver platter. No shot. No fucking shot that just happened. Oh my God. This is fucking stupid. Labonte's out of the race. McDowell's out of the race. Ruderman's out. Castle's out. We're looking at 27 cars in the lead lap. Technically 28, but Harvick is just right in front of the leader. He's not making shit happen. All right. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. Clint Boyer got to finish the job as he goes green. Green, green, green. 3 laps to go. Look at Jeff Gordon trying to make some moves here. We're looking at Harvick. He's not sure what his job is here. Not sure what he wants to do. With Boyer, at least. Here comes Jeff Gordon. At 24, searching, but Boyer is able to get out there and get rolling. Oh, 99 on pit road. Oh, tons of cars on pit road. What in the hell? Could they not one stop make it? What's going on here? A crazy finish to end this race. Maybe Biffle was on to something. The remaining cars still on track. They might have some funky finishers here. White flag in the air. Cars rolling off pit road to finish this race. Clint Boyer here. Can the 15 go the distance? We got some weird top 10 wingers right here. Coming to the line, Clint Boyer wins a crazy race at Las Vegas. Oh my God. Shout out to Casey Mears, David Reagan top 10s. Got some good underdog stories tonight, as a lot of drivers who just... A mass exodus of panic ensued as a good amount of drivers who course corrected onto pit road to fill up to see if they could not run out on that final shootout, though. Yeah, some drivers bagging good finishes, too. That's always good to see. That's down by the end of the score sheet there. That's all for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.